today I have Alaric with me here. Actually, he is recorded as a very young entrepreneur at about 23 years old. And then he used the power, or you use that, harness the power of digital marketing and some advertising techniques to reach that level. So my question to you that, I know that you started this marketing, explorations and business very young. And I'd like to ask you, over this 19 to 20 years, how do you bring to that, that top levels of your business? Probably it's a million business. I don't know, we can talk about that. How do you meet that top, kind of business using all this technology? I would like to understand that for start with. Yeah.
Okay, so for this business, for this coaching business that I'm doing, I scaled this business from 0 to about $1.2 million in 18 months, okay? In sales, yeah. And but of course, it's not my first business, right? Like my first business was like a healthy food delivery business. My second business was doing sales. So like, it's not like I really started from 0, okay? And of course, it's not like my first year doing business, because like I started reading books about business since I was 9 years old, or 8. No, in fact, I was 8 years old. I started reading Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Like my dad would make me read, like he wouldn't force me, but he would just encourage me to go to the library. And so since young, I would say good parenting was one of the, was a key factor, yeah. So I owe a lot of success to my parents. Yeah, so I started reading books about business, personal development, psychology, and all that since young. And when I was around 14 years old, my mom started her first business, her business, which is a health and wellness business, which is still around today, called Revelation 22, where she sells like negative ion 5 infrared mattresses. And it was from her that I saw how hard she worked. Like she would literally work like 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. 6 days a week. Okay, her only rest day was like maybe Sunday or something. So imagine like seeing my mom work 16 hours a day, 6 days a week. That's like double or even triple what an average employee would work, right? And that's why I knew that if I wanted to start a business, I had to be willing to put in the sacrifice needed to start a business. Yeah. So what was your question? I kind of...
No, I just say that, you use all these different techniques like digital marketing and advertisement technique, so that you reach to that level. And I know that you've gone through many processes at different businesses, started with delivery, then started with the e-commerce, and then now you're with the coaching. So in what way you think that you can bring all this to the top? I thought the e-commerce will bring you to the top much more easier than the coaching and seminar. That's why I was thinking that, like you interview this lady Lawrence. He's do the shop, the shop.com.
Yeah. Lauren,
he's selling a lot of this all e-commerce business. That's why I think when I was at about 40, I was thinking that everybody eventually will go to the online to do the business. The business will be very huge. And I was just quite surprising that you switch from your e-commerce on a cosmetic, which probably is more, in my opinion, I don't know if it's true or not, more lucrative, more revenue for the business, rather than go to the coaching and seminar that you are doing it now.
Okay, so let me explain to you the difference.
Actually,
let me explain to you the difference between these two business models. Okay, in fact, coaching is a lot easier to make money than e-commerce. Let me explain to you why. Okay, first of all, the margins for coaching is a lot higher. Okay, in fact, your margins could be 100%. Okay, like you don't have any cost price. You're selling a service, right? So the cost price could be the knowledge and all that, right? But that's something you already have. Okay, and you see, when you sell coaching, right, when you're selling an idea, okay, you see, if let's say you have an idea, I have an idea. I give you an idea, you give me an idea. Now we both have two ideas. Now, let's say you have an apple, I have an apple. I give you you have an orange, I have an apple. I give you an apple, you give me an orange. At the end of the day, you still have one apple, I have one orange, right? So it's infinitely more scalable to sell coaching, okay? And because of the results that I've generated for my clients, that my clients have generated because of this coaching program and all that, I know that I can give tangible results, okay? And it doesn't cost me more, you know? Like for example, let's say when I sell a course, okay? And I've already filmed the video course. It took me hours to film the video course, and it took me years to learn this skill set on how to do this so that I can teach it, right? But it's infinitely more scalable. Whether I get one client or I get 1,000 clients, it's the same same effort on my end. Okay, now let's talk about e-commerce and drop shipping and all that. Okay, now there's a lot of trainers that teach about drop shipping and all that, and there are people who make a lot of money from drop shipping. Okay, now okay, I've got a friend. Okay, his name is Samuel. Okay, and he used to market my events and all that. We're very, very close friends. Okay. And what he would do, right, is, and he's very, very good at running ads, okay? He's very good, like he's one of the top 1% in terms of e-commerce, okay? Now, and when he runs ads, right, this is what happens, okay? He spends like $400,000 a month, no, he spends $300,000 a month on Facebook ads. $300,000 a month, okay? He could literally buy a house, okay? And on the front end, right, he actually only makes $240,000 back. That means when he put in 300K in the ads, right, he only make 240K back. That means he lose 60K. Every time he runs ads, he knows he will lose about 20%. Okay. Now where does he make the money? He makes the money from, because he gets these customers, right? Okay. And then from the repeat orders, okay, or from emailing his list about different offers, that's where he makes the remainder of the income. Okay. And he'll make another around 160K from the extra. Okay. So in total, right, he actually made 400K from putting 300K in ads. So it's actually profitable 100K. Okay, now, but take note, Samuel is already at the top level. Okay, now imagine this: in the top 1% of e-commerce players, okay, they put in 300K and they lose money on the front end and only make 100K on the back end, right? Okay, if a beginner first start, right, do you think a beginner can really be profitable running Facebook ads? They can't, right? And if you're gonna do e-commerce, if you don't run Facebook ads, how are you gonna? You don't run ads, okay? Let's say you don't run YouTube ads, Facebook ads, TikTok ads. If you don't run any ads, how are you gonna get sales? Not like, are you gonna personally talk to all your network and say, hey, can you buy my this shampoo? And how, you know, it's not gonna be easy, right? So this is the game at the top level, right? There are a lot of gurus that will tell you, or a lot of teachers that will tell you, like, oh, I make how much in sales, 500K per year, 1 million per year, or whatever. But they don't tell you what's their profit margin. They don't tell you how much is their cost of their products. They don't tell you how much their advertising costs. If you actually do the math, if they are lucky, they have like maybe 10 to 30% profit margin. Okay, if they're lucky. Or like not lucky, like if they're really good, they have 10 to 30% profit margin. Like Samuel is around 30% profit margin, right? And that's in the whole model, you know. It's not just the front end model, it's the whole from front end to back end. That means an average beginner who just start, right? Okay, your first few months you're gonna lose money, and then you make back from the back end. Okay, most beginners will never reach that. Like they don't have enough runway or enough capital to burn through that much of cash to reach that point where they make back the money. Make sense? Yeah.
Makes sense now.
So coaching is a lot easier. Okay, I've seen people make tens of millions of dollars doing coaching, right? Look at Tony Robbins. His net worth is like $500 million. Okay, he can do one event. Okay, each one pay like $2,000. He got 12,000 people for his event. Right? After that, he still upsell. He can make $30 million just from doing one event. You know, yeah. So yeah.
In the early days, I attended Tony Robbins kind of a seminar organized by this Richard Tan, actually, by the success. But now I think they don't have this, kind of a seminar going on during this past 2 years.
They have. Yeah, they just did one a few days ago. No, they just did one a few.
Okay, I never exposed to that. So when you're doing this coaching and this seminar right now, from whatever you've done in the past, like e-commerce, delivery, sales and marketing agency to the coaching, do you have to spend a lot of money in your IT support, infrastructure support, and your back end? I believe you have people to support you at the back end.
Okay, so I have
team members. Do you need to spend a lot of money on that? I know that e-commerce you may have to. I don't know. I don't know about this digital marketing business.
Okay,
do you have to have all this?
Let's look at my software costs, okay? So my only cost that I pay every month, okay, is $39 a month for Podia, okay? So I pay 39 USD per month for Podia, which is my online course where people watch the online course, right? Okay, so I don't have to pay for hosting and everything's included. I pay maybe $70 a month for my email software. I use Aweber, okay?
Okay.
I pay like $50 a month for like an affiliate software, which I'm planning to cancel. Okay. I pay like $15 a month for Calendly. So for less than $200 a month, that's my cost. Yeah, that's my fixed cost every month. Less than $200 a month.
That's very impressive. I
even when I was,
that is the way.
And even when I was growing my business to $100,000 a month, my online software cost and everything is only $200 a month. Oh, Zoom is like $15 a month. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So less than $200 a month. Okay. And when I was doing physical events, okay, like live seminars, okay, maybe my cost is a bit more. I have to pay for venue. Okay.
Yes.
One day can be like $150. Like 3 hours can be like $150 to do a seminar, but I'll make like $4,000 back, or at least $4,000 to $12,000 every time I do a seminar. So, and then if I do a 2-day live course, normally like for 2 days, I pay like $800, okay? But I would have like maybe 20 students, each paying me $2,000. So I make 40K, I pay $800 in venue cost. So there's not much cost, involved. That's why it's a lot better model, yeah.
So do you think that with this pandemic, everything moved on to the online? Do you think that physical training is more effective, or the online training is more effective?
I honestly feel
that. Yeah.
I honestly feel that online training is more effective, because like online training, you see, I can share my screen. Okay, I can record the thing. Very easily. I can record the whole training. I can share my screen. I can share concepts that and it's flexible. Like people don't have to travel to the training venue and all that. They can just log in from their phone, from your mobile, from their computer. So it's I think online is a lot better. And even after the pandemic, I think I'll still stick to online.
Yeah. I also feel the same thing. Sometimes I get some this training. I still prefer the online training. They asked me to physical. Probably I rejected them also. So, okay, so now you have focused on the coaching and this seminar. In the past, probably in the pandemic, I don't know. In the past, you're holding all these big, convention. What is the biggest audience you have? Because you have with the photo, behind you, there's a lot of people. What is the biggest audience you have, in the past that you can hold the conventions or the seminar in one occasion? Yeah.
So if you see, okay, so if you see this, okay, the biggest event, okay, if you see this, right, this one has about 400 people. Yeah, this was Social Media Marketing Summit 2020. Okay. So this was in Expo. There was about 400 people. I wasn't the only speaker. I was one of the speakers invited. I spoke alongside Surya, Sparks, Mitch Carson, Chinky Tan, who is has I don't know how many million subscribers on his YouTube channel. And so I spoke alongside all these other speakers. I've ever spoken, like the largest stage I've ever spoken on was like 3,500 people. I was speaking together with JT Fox, and I was sharing people about my healthy food delivery business, but I wasn't selling anything at that point in time. It was just a presentation. The largest event I've marketed by myself, okay, is 200 packs, in KL, where I organized a summit, and then I invited 5 different other speakers to fly to KL to conduct that seminar. But it's not something I will ever do again, because it's so much of logistics to handle the speakers and all that. I told myself, from now on, I'm just gonna do, if I market, I'm gonna market my own events, or I'm just gonna be invited to speak at other events. I'm not gonna organize another summit. It's too much of work. Yeah.
Okay. Now you say that you are traveling all the world, all parts of the world.
Yeah.
So what is your daily activity? Some seems like just free and easy, do what you want, yet you have this coaching and seminar business behind you. So I just don't know. To me, that you are free and easy, do what you want. Probably you don't do anything, but you say that maybe a business come through, you can get 5,000 business. Recently, you get the insurance, kind of branding, activities. I just wonder how to get by your day, and obviously, that's all again, because you say that you have 1 million business already. You have enough to get you by, even though at the 23 years old, you don't have to work, you're okay. So I just know that what is your goal in front of you? Just like, I admire you, 23, flying around everywhere.
I'm 25 now, by the way.
I get connected with this, Apollo factors or methods. You've like Ecuador to Brazil now, to Colombia now, you in Spain, the other part of the globe. So I just wonder, what is your goal? What is your plan? you know, because you're still a long way from 23 to probably 90 years old.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay,
Very
so
interesting to find out.
I'm 25 years old this year. Okay.
Okay, 25.
When you saw
so
23, that's that article was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't work as hard as I used to, okay? And I don't make as much money as I used to, okay? But even while traveling, right, for the last 3 years in business, right, okay, I've never had a month where I made less than $10,000 a month before, okay? Even when I'm traveling also, okay, I am still consistently making more than 10K per month. That's why I'm able to sustain my lifestyle and all that, okay? And I only work like 1 day a week. So my only work day is Tuesdays. Okay. So that's why, for example, today's a Tuesday. That's why we are doing this call on a Tuesday. Okay? Sometimes so I only work on Tuesdays, and every day else is just traveling and just enjoying life. Yeah. And because a lot of people say that, okay, when I'm 60, then I want to retire and then I enjoy life. But realistically, by the time you're 60, will you have the energy to travel life and everything? Like, to me, it's a balance, okay. And because I'm lucky, I would say lucky, or I'm fortunate to be able to be put in this position where I have the resources to be able to travel and do whatever I want, okay. And because I value freedom a lot, that's why I enjoy traveling a lot. Yeah. What's my day-to-day life while I travel? Just exploring and all that. And then every Tuesdays is when I work. Okay. So if you look at my whole business, right, actually everything's automated. If you look like how often, like, how do I everything's automated. So I hardly, but there's still income coming in because I've got team members to manage the business for me and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So the next thing is then, do you have any wonder? Sometimes individual energy can be different from day to day. Since you're working for the 1 day, so it's happened that the day you wake up, you're very moody. You're not in the high levels of energy. How would you cope with? But you have to work for that particular on Tuesday.
So,
you know what I mean?
So like, how do I summon the motivation or the energy to work? Okay. So there are a few techniques that you could do. Okay. So for example, let's say you don't feel happy or something, right? And you need to work. Okay. First of all, just changing your physiology will change your mood. Okay. So for example, if you're feeling moody, right? Okay. You smile. Okay. Let's do you smile. Okay. After you smile for like 30 seconds, right? Or 1 minute, right? You will naturally start feeling happier. Okay. You can't be sad from smiling. You can't feel sad while smiling. Okay. Or like physiology affects a lot. Okay. If you lift your shoulder up and everything and you start smiling, after a while you start feeling happy. Okay. Why? Because this is how our brain works. Okay. Our brain affects our body language, but our body language also affects our brain. Okay. This is called mind-body connection, right? Like when you're sad, you frown and all that, you shrug your shoulders. Okay. So next time when you shrug your shoulders and you actually become sad. Make sense? Because there's a connection between your mind and your physiology. So the first thing you can do is to change your physiology and all that. And like for me, whenever I need to work, I've never had even if let's say I go through a breakup or something, right? And I need to do a sales call, I will still be able to perform in a sales call, Or let's say I did a breakup and I need to do a seminar, I still perform. I remember like 3 years ago, I had a breakup, right? And then I was like devastated. I was like crying and all that, right? And I had to do a seminar in like half an hour from now. So I went to the toilet, I cried and everything. I went to do a seminar. I still close sales quite well. Yeah. And I made like $10,000+ from doing a 3-hour seminar. So yeah, I don't know how to teach that. Yeah. I would say it's just like, just doing it.
I can feel the energy every time you are on the coaching or on the kind of a sales marketing masterclass, teaching or coaching session. You always feel the energy even on the buyers, the Zoom. I think that's how I think it's a mindset
and also one thing I want to add. So like for me, I don't like to wake up early in the morning, okay? And I'm not a morning person, okay? And a lot of times when I was doing the coaching, it was during my morning because like 8 p.m. Singapore time is like 9 a.m. Brazil time or 8 a.m. Ecuador time, okay? Which is really, really early for me. And sometimes you feel my energy is not as strong as if, let's say, I were to do a coaching session at night. Okay, now, but so one thing, like I because I enjoy doing coaching so much, like I don't look at it as work. Like I really enjoy it. Okay, so like even if I didn't make money from it, right, I would still enjoy just adding value and everything, right? It fills my cup. Okay, I don't know how it works, right? But like just talking and what, it fills my cup. It doesn't drain me, it fills me. Okay, so sometimes you'll see, right, that at the start of the coaching session, my energy is lower. Okay, but as I start talking and talking and talking, right, like maybe 15 minutes in, 30 minutes in, right, you see my energy start like going higher. Okay, so yeah, I think yeah, it's like work, like doing coaching or something is naturally yeah, it fuels me. Yeah.
Okay. The next thing I'd like to ask you, it seems at the 25, you are at this entrepreneurial kind of business. Can I say your business is $1 million business?
Yeah, you could.
It's $1 million business. Yep. Okay. Until today. So can I ask you, because you achieved that level at a young age, I wanted to ask you, how do you compare and how do you can separate from the younger persons in Singapore, is the average Singaporean young guy separated from you? Yeah, how would you do that? Because I thought that, when I think about it, my 24 years old, I was just doing my normal university graduate degrees and out to the postgraduate, and I left and come back. I never had the things of the mind how to do business. It's just go through this kind of a very normal process. I go into education, come back and get a job. That's why I asked you the question: how do you separate or find the difference between the normal Singaporean in Singapore, the average Singaporean in Singapore? Yeah.
I think since young, I think quite differently from other people. Okay, like my greatest fear in life is not to fail. My greatest fear in life is to be average. I'd rather fail than be average. I'd rather be a loser. No, I don't know. To me, being like I just don't like to be average. Okay, since young, I don't like to conform to society's norms and all that. That's why I started business, because like every other Singaporean, most other Singaporeans think of studying hard, getting a job and all that, right? But since young, I told myself like this doesn't have like. I asked myself, is that really the lifestyle I want? Working 5 days a week and then maybe having one holiday every year and then going back to work again 5 days a week. Yeah. So it wasn't really a lifestyle I want. And because for me, I really enjoy doing business. Like business really, like I really enjoy learning about. I don't look at it as work. Like when I learn about business, I learn about sales, I learn about marketing. It's never work to me. Like that, like my way of relaxing is is learning about business is my way of relaxing. Like let's say I got a long day and I want to read like reading a book is my form of relaxation. Or like watching a course on how to do marketing or something is my form of relaxation. So like every hour for me is productive. Like when I'm really hustling hard. Okay, of course, like when I'm traveling, okay, it's not really for like I'm not as right. So what sets me apart? What sets me different? Yeah, since I was young, like really secondary school and all that, right? Like people could tell that I had a lot of adults telling me that I think very differently from my peers, and even my peers would tell me that I think differently from my peers. Yeah, so I always felt, yeah, so I never ever fit in. I didn't really fit in. I was always like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So just now you say that you don't want to be a loser. I believe along the journey, when you started the business, probably as early as 14, 16 to 25, I probably have tumbled with certain, roadblocks and hindrances. Do you think that they are losing, or you are picking up as an experience to build up from what you have today? The question I have is for you: what kind of a tumbling blocks you have along this journey? And then how would you work around it and get through it? And then I really admire you in the sense that you write out the programs are very, very specific. And I found that you are genuine to share all this method to us. And that's really, I've been to a lot of marketing seminar, and I found that people say, oh, yeah, easy, you do this, you do that. But I don't know, I don't feel the sincere kind of feeling from that people. That's I feel that you are different from the others in that probably you are selfless, not selfless, and not that. I like to hear from your perspective. You know, you have a tumbling block, and then how do you bring it that way? How would you become this selfless to share all this to the people and so on? That's what I like to hear. Yeah.
So let me answer one question at a time, because when you ask so many questions, you had like 3 or 4 questions that but if I didn't answer any of the questions, then ask me again, and then
Okay.
So the first question is, how do I what kind of roadblocks I have? Okay, lots. Okay, like if you can see there's a YouTube video I posted about my first 2 businesses where I failed. Okay, I mean I did have some success. For example, we still do DBS Bank, correct? But in that video, I was very transparent. I shared how I failed. For example, after we sealed a deal with DBS Bank, our operations ran into problems. Okay, our first day, because DBS Bank got 2 buildings. Okay, so it's very big, right? There's like 10,000 employees in DBS Bank. Okay, so I cannot deliver to every floor because I only got 3 people, my manpower. Okay, so instead I asked all of them to come down to the first floor. Okay, to get the thing. And I call everyone. By the time I call because we had 70 orders on the first day, 90 orders on the second day, which is amazing, okay? And I call everyone, right? By the time I call everyone and they came, right, it was 1 hour late already, because let's say 1 minute per call, you call 70 people in 70 minutes already, right? Okay. So by the time I called the 70th person, the food is cold, I got a lot of complaints. So everyone emailed me and complained. Okay. Second day, I smart, I think, okay, now we use SMS instead. So SMS one shot, ask them to come down. Second day, we SMS everyone, okay? But here's what happened, okay? The delivery workers came 1 hour late. Like, we outsourced the delivery, right? They are supposed to deliver from our kitchen to the DBS. They came 1 hour late. Die. Okay? 1.5 hours. By the time, everyone complained, okay? Third day, my cook had to go hospital. So she cooked everything at 7 a.m., okay? And then the food from 7 a.m. all the way until 12 p.m. And then 12 p.m. the delivery workers come. Can you imagine? The food is like 4 hours cold and all that. 5 hours cold. Yeah, so I had a lot of complaints. Fourth day, everything was perfect, but I got no more customers really. Yeah. So I learned a lot of things from that process, right? But here's the thing: I don't make the same mistake over and over again. I make the first mistake about calling. After that, I fix that issue. Okay. Second, delivery. Okay, I fix the issue. And then like we have like our own car to deliver. We ask our friend to deliver instead or something if we know they are late, right? Third thing, like the food cook, so we always because there's if you ask me to anticipate every error, right, I can't anticipate every error. Okay, when the error comes, then I learn from it. Okay, and that's the thing about entrepreneurship as well, is that ready, fire, aim. You see, a lot of entrepreneurs, right, they like to get ready, then they aim ready. Then when they're 100% ready, then they fire. But here's the thing: you'll never be 100% ready. If I was for me, from the start of thinking of the idea to the start to execution, right? Okay, was about 3 months. Okay, we seal a deal with DBS Bank. Most people, after they prepare for 1 year, 2 years, they still haven't even launched yet. They say, oh, now's not the right time. Oh, I got this. They don't turn their idea into execution, right? So for me, I always ready, I fire. And then from firing already, I see, okay, it's me's ready. Okay, aim again, fire, aim again, fire, So that's the difference between entrepreneurship, or like how entrepreneurs think and how an average person thinks, right? I don't wait until I'm 100% ready. If I wait until I'm 100% ready, I will have never been a coach, okay? Because there will never be a day that you feel like that you can be a coach, okay? When I first started doing coaching, okay, I started doing coaching and all that, okay? And then even at today, right? Until today, I have the largest Facebook marketing community in Singapore and all that, right? Okay, 1,700 plus students. But I still have people who tell me, oh, this guy is a scammer. Oh, this guy, right? Until today. And until today, Tony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki, Grant Cardone, Gary Vaynerchuk, they all have people saying the same things. Your problems won't have, you will never be ready. If they let this, my point is you'll never be ready in business. So just fire and then aim, yeah. Okay, so that's the first question. Second question is, what's your second question?
My second question is that I say that I found you are working
selfless.
hard. I believe that selfless, you buy all this material, it's on the online for people to share with. Yeah, because this is your proprietary.
Yeah.
It's your asset. And then I know in the lesson you say, oh, don't share with people, only for you. But the thing, the people, they are devious people, they will share with people. It's only consciousness, no? Then they say, I will not share with the people. So how, I cannot understand your this mentality, because you're a businessman, entrepreneur. You wanted to protect your asset. You don't want to just do that. I don't know how you manage that. Why you do that?
Let's talk about that. Okay, so first of all, what I enjoy doing a lot is coming up with systems. Okay, so for example, like coming up with an SOP on how to do marketing, coming up with an SOP on how to run Facebook ads. Okay, I love coming up with systems, and I feel I'm not too bad at it. Okay, so like I'm very good at like writing the details, like a point form. Okay, you need to do this, then this step, this step, this step. So it's very easy to follow. And the reason why I like to come up with systems is because I need to let the systems run the people and not let the people run the systems. Which means, like, for example, like onboard a new staff, right? Okay, to do sales calls for me. I know within one day I can onboard the staff because I can give them a script on how to sell. But I have a whole system in place, right? Same thing for like coming up with course contents. Like the reason why like you start seeing that the Facebook accelerator course or the superstar brand course or the perfect pitch course, everything is very detailed, step by step. Like you can, it's easy to follow and easy to digest. Like even if there's no one teaching you, you just read the content and watch the videos, you'll be able to implement those steps. Okay, now okay, as opposed to like how do I prevent people from sharing? Okay, honestly, I can't. Okay, if people want to share, they will share. Okay, but of course there's measures in place, like you can sue the person, which I've never sued anyone before because no one has actually shared my hopefully not publicly. Maybe they share with their friends or something that I don't know. Okay, but not publicly. Okay, and it's also based on trust. Okay, but here's the thing. Okay, it's also because I know that my value is not just from my intellectual property. Okay, you see, if my value is only from my intellectual property, right? Then if someone else can copy and paste my same intellectual property, they will get me off the market. But there's a lot of other competitive advantages that I have over other people. Okay, for example, I know how to sell. For example, I know how to market. Okay, like people could have literally the same intellectual property as me. Okay, but maybe because they don't know how to run a team as well, they don't know how to market as well, they don't know how to sell as well, they can have the same intellectual property, but they will still not go as far. It makes sense? Yeah. So I'm not afraid of that, because like like intellectual property is not the only thing that keeps me in the game. Yeah. There are other skill sets that keep me in the game. So that's why I'm not. It's like a bird is not afraid of, like, it rests on the tree branch, not because it's afraid of the tree branch breaking, but it's because it knows its ability to fly. I know you can put me in any country that speaks English, right? I know I guarantee I definitely can take one here. You can throw me into any country, you take away everything, okay? You can take away everything, okay? Every dollar I have or whatever, you throw me the country that speaks English, must speak English, okay? I know I can survive, yeah.
Okay. The next question is that you have many years to come. What is your future? Do you have a plan to grow your business to the next height? Yeah, I would just wonder. So because you are now traveling a lot, yes, I think you are fortunate. I also like traveling. It's good that you can travel now rather than later. And mine, last weekend, I really suffered from a very low back pain. Just all of a sudden it came. It's really disturb your whole energy, your mental health and your energy. So you are unfortunate in that, but yet you still have a long way to go. I just wonder, you have a business, you must continue. A lot of businessmen tell me that even though I achieve that much, I can't stop. I have to move. Then their business could be getting bigger and bigger. So I just wonder, what is your plan to grow your business? I believe you have to the next height, probably the next height as you come along. So what will be your plan for that?
So
what will be that?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, as of now, I still enjoy traveling and all that first.
Yes,
so like, because I asked myself, if I look back, right, when I was 25 years old, what would I have been more proud of doing? Growing a business to $10 million or traveling? I feel that I would have enjoyed my life more by traveling. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But at the same time, do I want to grow my business? Yes. Okay. So like, there are things in my pipeline. For example, like right now I'm acquiring businesses. Okay. So like I own like maybe 5 to 10 businesses. Okay. I own maybe a 20% equity stake in those businesses. And I also so like I have people mentoring me. For example, like Lauren Ridinger, okay, she's one of my I mean, like, not, I don't talk to her every day or what, but I have a WhatsApp number and all that. You know, she's a billionaire and all that. And like Dr. Patrick Liu, he published 3 companies in 3 different stock exchanges. You know, IPO in NYSE, in New York Stock Exchange, Singapore Stock Exchange, and Australian Stock Exchange, right? So I've got people mentoring me on how to IPO and all that, because I know that, like, in entrepreneurship, IPO is like one of the, you know, like the peak of entrepreneurship. Yeah. But at the same time, I value freedom a lot. Okay, so that's why whenever I build a business, right, like a lot of people, right, okay, for example, if you look at, let's say, Mark Zuckerberg, okay, he might be rich, but is he really free? He might not actually be free, you know. For example, like, he doesn't have the freedom to do anything that he wants. Like, if, you know, like, can he just step down so easily, or like the stock price of at Facebook will drop straight away? Like he's not that free. Okay, he's rich, but he might not be free. Okay, so I value freedom more than I value money. That's why, like, whenever I build a business, right, I want to build a business that gives me freedom. For example, like my coaching business gives me out, like, so much of freedom. Like, I choose when I want to do a coaching session. I choose how much of money I want to make. I choose, you know, like there's so much more freedom, right? I choose how hard I want to work. If I want to work harder, I make more money. If I work less hard, I don't make as much, but I still can get by. You know, like, I still, you know, consistently generate sales and all that. So I built my business right now to be very lifestyle, make 10, 20K a month, that kind, you know. Yeah. Yeah, what are my plans for the future? Yeah, in the future, after I go back, like, I settle down, I stop traveling, I settle down, then okay, maybe we can talk about IPO and all this kind of stuff. But in the meantime, I still have all these businesses paying me dividends and stuff. Yeah.
When will be your next country to explore?
After Spain?
Spain is a very nice country, actually. Yep. Yeah.
So I kind of want to explore, like, Scandinavian countries, like,
okay,
you know, those countries with quite blonde people, that kind. But at the same time, it's very cold, so I haven't decided. But maybe I'll go back to Malaysia to visit my brother and my dad, my family members, etc. So, flexible. Like, I haven't planned yet. Yeah, my plans are always very flexible. So, like, so that I have freedom to choose. Yeah.
good. So have you ever tried to help your friend who in need for this kind of business, you know, for free from you? Would you able to help them?
As in, have I ever helped my friends for free?
No.
So
no, not everyone. For those who in need of that help, that means they need the money for, say, that for the family, probably the parents' health reason, for him or her health reason. You may think that, you know, this is probably is the most, you know, appropriate, you know, business to do and get some money for herself. Do you help them in that kind of thing for free?
So I like, for example, when I'm traveling, right, I coach people for free a lot of the time. So sometimes I'm in Brazil, I give them coaching for free. I'm in Spain, I give them coaching for free. But here's one thing I realize is that whenever things is free, people never take action. Yeah.
Okay.
They won't. When they pay for it, they will take action. Okay. When they don't, right, they don't. It's because when people pay, they pay attention. Yeah. So, like, I've really tried that a lot of times. Like, even in Brazil, or I tell them, like, a lot of them, they say, oh, we are poor because of the economy, because of corruption. It's not really because of corruption. You really think the GDP of a country, okay, is maybe trillions of dollars. You tell me corruption has taken away trillions of dollars, man. You add all the minister's salary, like all the corruption, all the bribes that they take, it's not billions of dollars. Okay. My point is that most of the time it's not because of corruption, it's because the people itself are not doing enough to produce value. Make sense? To produce products and services that create value. Yeah. They're not working hard enough, basically, right? So yeah. Anyway, so I was sharing with, like, I do share for free and all that, but people don't take action when it's free. Versus my Singapore clients who pay me, okay, they take action, they get results. You can see the testimonials. Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's true, because you know, you have to pay it, you have to put the effort to make that happen. A lot of
because part of the transformation is in the transaction. Okay, so yeah, part of the transformation is in the transaction. Just the fact of paying alone, right? Okay, even if they don't learn anything, or just the transaction is like maybe 20% or 30% of the success already. Just the fact that they're willing to pay $2,000 to change their life, to pay $5,000 to change their life, to pay $500 to change their life, right? Okay, just the fact that it is saying yes, and saying yes, I'm willing to sacrifice. You know, that's why they're willing to put the time, the energy, and all that. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, no, Eric, for spending this 30 minutes with me to interview for the interviewing. But if we have an opportunity, we still have another session again. By then, probably I will be a different person. I'm doing some digital marketing. I mean, a certain result, I don't know. As I say there, I'm newbie. I don't know anything. I do it not so much for the money, only for my achievement. I want to do something different. That's all. It's quite different from my career because all my career is doing coaching. So as you say there, I want to use the coaching, using the digital marketing to brand them together, see I can go somewhere. So on the coaching check, the journey is the guy have already get the first customers. I hope very soon I will get the first customer to meet. Then now I have the appointment. That's why I wish for at least for first customer to start with.
Correct. So first of all, language, right? The words that we use, the choice of words that we use is very important. Okay. So for example, if you say I hope for to get a customer, it's more of I'm not doing anything, I hope the customer comes, versus I will work hard to go and find a customer. I will go and prospect people to go and get a customer. I will find every way possible to get a customer. And then you will find a customer. You see, one is a very passive role. Okay, I hope, and then it comes. A customer will never come to you, even whatever stage you're at in your business, right? Like how often do I have customers just approaching me and saying, hey, I want to buy from you? Very, very seldom. Even I'm branded and everything already, it seldom comes, okay? You still have to go and hunt for, like, you not hunt, but like you have to go and look for a client, you know? So watch the language that you use, like make sure it should be like, I'm going to work hard to go and find a customer. I'm going to find every way. I'm going to try every method. Okay, if it doesn't work, I'm going to change. If it doesn't work, I'm going to change the strategy. If it doesn't work, I'm going to change the strategy until I can find my customer. Okay, and you will be able to find your customer.
Thank you for that, Alaric. I really appreciate that. You are right, exactly, because that's the mindset driven, the kind of
because when you say hope, right?
The heart.
When you say hope, right, it's taking away the locus of control from yourself. It's saying, oh, I hope, like that means it's not within my control. You say I hope, that means it's not within your control. Versus you say I will do or whatever is within your control, you know? So when you put the locus of control out of yourself, like all successful people have a higher locus of control than unsuccessful people. That's what a study by when you read this book Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell says. So when you put the locus of control in yourself and say, hey, it's up to me. If it's to be, it's up to me. Okay, not up to the economy, not up to the market, not up to the, it's up to me. You will be able to find a client. I think you're doing great, and you have a great mindset to want to learn and all that. So you're doing great, and just keep it up and take action, and you'll be able to get there.
So the next thing, before I go this one, the coaching kind of business, always Oslyn say that try to pick out the big tickets. Then when I'm having a conversation with him, he said that the coaching is one of the easier way to go. Do you think this kind of coaching business, whether in your area or in my area, will continue? Do you think that there should be a market there?
There's a huge market, So the coaching industry is a $355 million per day industry, okay? Per year, that's like billions of dollars, okay? So every day, right, there's $355 million of sales transactions happening, okay, for coaching services, because you must understand that human beings can learn a skill from another human being, It's very possible. It's very likely, right? Like one intelligent person can teach another intelligent person how to fish, how to cook, and everything, right? And there will always be a market for this. There will always be a market for learning. There will always be a market for education.
Very encouraging. So as you say, I have to work hard at least to get one customer for a start with. Then can I be active on the chat group to ask the advice.
You can ask for advice on how to get a customer and all that as well,
I had to work hard on the as a Facebook accelerator to search the customers, work hard on that to get at least one customers.
Correct. Okay.
Thank you very much, Eric, for the time
so much
you spent, 40 minutes. Thank you very much. Have a good day. What time is it now in Spain?
Now it's like 5:10 p.m. But
you're early. Thank you.
I'm 6 hours Yeah, because now it's like daylight savings, right? So I'm 6 hours behind you. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for the time and thank you for
All
the
right.
day. Have a good day.
Take
I'll
care.
talk to you some later. Okay. Bye bye. Bye bye.